not big, but sure is fun.
After a fun morning of fishing and reminiscing with C.L. Marshall, it's time to talk about his new book, Chesapeake Outdoor Tales, Hunting and Fishing by the Tides. There's sure to be something in here that every outdoor enthusiast can relate to.
This one's really special. The tone on it's a little bit different. The first book, Chesapeake Bay Duck Hunting Tales, that was a straight up duck hunting book, and in the second one we introduced some fishing stories. Well, what makes this one a little bit different, I think, is there are some stories in here that will appeal to a wider audience. Stories such as Why, which talks about why watermen, why fishermen and hunters do some of the things they do. You know, why we rise up at early hours and stay out late and run through all and launch a 16-foot aluminum boat on days when I wouldn't put the 24 Mako over. Doesn't make sense to some of the things that we do, but yet we choose to do it anyhow. It's part of who we are. I've woven in some stories that are a little more thoughtful and a little bit more off hunting topic, if you will. Another one is, as we talked about it when we were fishing, was called it's called The Misses, and no, it's not about the wife. It's about people talk about the great shots they make. They talk about, you know, the 45-yard archery shot they successfully pull off. They talk about the double on the black ducks. They talk about the great shots, but the misses, the ones that you fail to perform on, they're ones that seldom get talked about, but yet in most hunters' minds stick with them and haunt them for years and years. What I hope to achieve is to ingrain in the people who live here, and even those people who come choose to visit us and spend time with us, that this is a special place and it needs to be protected, it needs to be cherished, and it needs, and we need to take full advantage of it. The things that we do on a daily basis, hunting, fishing, just merely putting the boat over and riding down the river and seeing bald eagles and the like, they're things that we get to do on a regular basis. And I'm hoping that we can share a little bit of that lifestyle with people who are visiting and who aspire to join us and aspire to the things that we like here. I hope that through this book they can take a little piece of us home with them. But the stories that are in there are things that other hunters and other outdoorsmen across the region can identify with. They're not unique. The stories may be unique to me, but the general idea of the stories is not unique to someone who bow hunts. Knowing that experience of life at full draw. Knowing that experience when the geese lock up and they're coming in the decoys just right, and you know what's getting ready to happen. That experience that you can share with your family and friends is for those who haven't done it, they'll never understand it. They can read about it, but you've got to live it. I mean, it says right here on the book, and we talked about it in our fishing trip. If you don't go, you'll never know. So there's experiences that are out there for us, and just to be able to live in them and share them through these books, I think is important. I think it's a way of life that's disappearing, unfortunately, and one I think needs to be preserved. I'm really pleased with the way the book came out, and what really adds to the stories and the words that I put down is the people that I shared it with. Number one, the photography from Paul Bramble and Jim Lewis. If you don't go hunting, you don't get to see just the simple beauty of that. Whether it's rockfish finning up a small creek, or whether it's hearing that black duck jump off right behind you and quack away. I mean, there are bald eagles flying. There are things that if you don't go, you'll never know. You won't see that.
Chesapeake Outdoor Tales, a reminder that the failures of an outdoor adventure are just as memorable as the successful ones.
Get outdoors, Delmarva.